Hello, today is Wednesday, the 20th day of February 2013, and it was one of those days. As you can see, everything is severely in the red, as most precious metals and metals down around 2 and change, 3%. Copper down just 1.56. Now, the big moves that I was talking about obviously has taken place, whether they're done yet or not. That's, of course, difficult to point out, but we will go through the weekly, the daily, and the hourly time frames, as long as multiple markets, SLV update for how it does when it's trading and not trading. Let's get it started. So we'll start off within the weekly chart, and within this, what do we see? Now, I've been stating we make a move up to this level here as it was coming down. That's a bullish setup. Well, I guess it still could do it if it bounces from here, but that's only, again, on the if situation. And I've been stating a move down here just gives us a bearish setup. And at the same time, when you're in a choppy market, will we find support here once again? And if it doesn't, I've been stating for so long, I'll say it again, fast move probably down to the 20 area or some sort of failed move otherwise would be the most likely scenario. And again, we got this pattern of these highs and these lows. Would I still make this a higher low or even here? Technically, yes. But it does look as if we're going to have a test back down to the bottom part of this range. Another key line would be somewhere around, let me just draw it out here, roughly right here, which is where we're at. Because we can see that support, this area that it stabilized at and closed the weeks at, and now we're at that level, of course. So we're in the top part of this range right now, which is the high 20s, the mid 20s, down to the low 26 area. Let's take a look at this damage on the daily time frame now. And all these red candles we can see down in this lower band. Obviously, this lower band got hit here, had a move making the lower high, and now, of course, another lower low. How we move from this band, if it's going to extend it further, the hourly chart will explain what could happen on many different levels. Let's take a look at the hourly chart. Okay, so it came close to hitting the band here, then goes sideways. Came close, or did hit it here actually, and then goes sideways, and then it hits it here. Two sideways candles, and then boom, it hits it again, and it's, well, where's the lower band now? 28.14.9. I'm going to go back to this chart in just a second again, but I want to point one thing out on the daily chart, and that is at 2:04 p.m. Eastern, I wrote this number in 28.17. I figured that was the key low we'd be bottoming at least today or maybe even tomorrow, because I wanted to see where these two lines would match up. And to me, this is just that key area. Then it's pretty much there. Anyway, back to the hourly chart again, and I want to focus on 3 sets of 2 candles in a row. And the first one that I'm going to focus on is these two in here. Then I'm going to focus on this one with, not that first green one, the second green one, and the red one beside it. So those 2 candles, as well as this one and this one, those 2 green candles. That was trades occurring from 6 p.m. Eastern to 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, I did videos before about time frames from 22 to 2400, I think GMT, which is what I calculated to be 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, and how it goes up extreme during those times. Now, I've looked at the data a little bit. I think it's safer for me to extend the hours a little bit, but what I'm going to do is show data from time period ending 0 hours, but I'm taking the last 3 hours before. Basically, it's time frames from around 3 p.m. New York time to 8 p.m. And of course, the SLV in itself. So let's take a look at SLV on when it trades just during the New York time. And this is from the start of SLV in itself back in 2006. Obviously, it's lost half its value, and silver's went up. Because if we look at it just off hours, well, it's up over 4 times its value. This is data from ending this week. So this is from ending Friday. And the stats for it for every year. So last year, notice that on New York time frames, it actually went up, where off hours, it was actually down for the year. And now, of course, this will be negative percentage after what's going on this week, and that'll be even down more. Okay. So what I've done is I've done the 5 hour and 19 hours. So this is basically from around 0 hours Greenwich time to 1900 hours Greenwich time. And well, going back to 2004, it's lost about 40% of its value. As the other time frame, it's gained almost 700%. That's pretty large gains within that time frame. But again, I'm starting to notice that these movements have been going higher during those time frames. That's been stalling. Now this one here still has a sideways correction within it. But it's interesting that we're having those moves from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So again, take a look at that today and see how it's reacting towards it. I don't know how much you're going to be able to take off from it. But finally, this indicator, which at Eastern time, 1400 hours and change, it was at negative 0.7206. The next wave lower brought it down to negative 7.5. Within the moves that I talked about, I was stating that we're looking to either buy here or sell at +8, which means that move there would mean that you would saying, hey, okay, this is sold down pretty hard. It's time to get in with a vulture buy. In that situation, you would buy here, and then your next play would be to buy at negative 1.6 and sell again at a positive 0.8. On that next move, and really buying low and selling high. Now this works only for charts in bull markets, as if it's in a bear market, you'd start to notice you get a high inventory, and as your rallies come in much later on, you're going to liquidate them at lower prices. But in bull markets, you generally get lower prices and sell for higher by waiting for something or the charts to be sold off so bad that you just gotta buy because you're looking for deals, and this is when you get the deal sort of situation, basically. And so yeah, that will be basically it for today, and I'll talk to you later on. Take care. Bye-bye.